Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into something pretty interesting. These vitamin vaporizers popping up everywhere. Specifically, we're looking at brands like Clenzy.
Right, the ones marketed as a nicotine-free way to quit smoking?
Exactly. And Clenzy makes some really big promises. They talk about inhaling B12 vapor, zero nicotine, like 500 puffs per device.
Hmm.
And they claim it'll help you break addiction while healing your lungs. But the big one, the one they plaster everywhere, is FDA approved.
Okay, yeah. And that's really our mission today, to unpack what's actually in these things, what the science, really says about inhaling vitamins and what regulators think.
Let's jump right into that FDA-approved claim then, because that feels, well, central to their pitch and maybe a bit misleading.
It's definitely where the confusion starts. You see FDA approved, you think safe, effective, tested for health benefits.
Yeah, like medicine or a medical device.
But here's the thing. The FDA doesn't actually approve supplements or vitamins in that way. They aren't regulated as drugs meant to treat or cure something.
So, what are they saying then? How can they use that phrase?
What they mean, or rather what they can legally mean, is that their manufacturing facility meets certain standards, good manufacturing practices, or CGMP.
Ah, okay, so it's about the factory cleanliness, basically, not the product itself.
Precisely. It has absolutely zero bearing on whether the product works, whether inhaling B12 is effective for anything, or even if it's safe long-term. It definitely doesn't mean it's approved to heal lungs.
And the FDA isn't exactly thrilled about these things anyway, are they? I remember reading something.
No, they're quite skeptical. Back in 2021, they actually sent a warning letter to a similar company, Vitamin Vape, about their B12 inhaler.
Citing safety concerns.
Yep, serious safety concerns. And think about it. The things the FDA has approved for quitting smoking are patches, gums, lozenges, stuff with actual research. These vitamin vapes, they're just not on that list.
Okay, so the regulatory side seems shaky. What about the actual science behind inhaling B12? Does it even work?
The science supporting B vitamin absorption through the lungs is, well, let's call it weapons-grade sketchy. It's just not there.
Seriously, no studies.
It gets better. Often the only study referenced is this one paper from, wait for it, 1967.
1967, wow. Okay, what did it find? Must have been groundbreaking.
It found that inhaled B12 provided no benefit, and it actually warned about potential lung damage.
You're kidding. They based their claims on a 50-plus-year-old study that says it doesn't work and could be harmful.
That seems to be the situation. It really highlights the lack of solid evidence. And, beyond the B12, what else is in the vapor?
Right, the base liquids, usually propylene glycol or vegetable glycerin, PG and VG.
Exactly. Common stuff, often food grade. But the key difference is heating it.
Because heating changes its chemistry.
Absolutely. When you heat PG or VG to the point of creating vapor, they can decompose into some nasty byproducts. Formaldehyde is a big one.
Which is a carcinogen.
A known carcinogen, yes. And it's known to damage immune cells right there in your lungs. Plus, vegetable glycerin itself, even without those breakdown products, can cause lung inflammation.
It really brings back memories of that whole EVALI crisis in 2019, doesn't it? The lung illness from vaping.
It's a critical reminder. That outbreak was linked to vitamin E acetate.
Something totally safe to eat, right? In food and supplement.
Perfectly safe to ingest. But when people started vaping it, inhaling that aerosolized oil, it was devastating. Killed dozens, hospitalized thousands.
Proving that your lungs are not your stomach. You can't just breathe anything.
Fundamentally different systems. Inhaling is not digesting, and these companies are sort of treating the lungs like just another way to get stuff into the body, ignoring the risks.
Okay, but then why do so many people leave reviews saying, this worked, Clenzy helped me quit? What's going on there?
Well, addiction has a huge psychological component, right? The hand-to-mouth action, the ritual.
The habit itself.
Exactly. Replacing that physical habit with something similar, even if the substance itself isn't doing much chemically, can feel helpful. It's the placebo effect in action, combined with mimicking the behavior.
So it addresses the ritual, the psychological craving, through mimicry.
It can, yes. Placebo's powerful.
Yeah.
But that psychological benefit needs to be weighed against, well, everything else.
Like the actual business practices? Because I looked into that too, and
Yeah, the operational side raises some red flags. You see lots of reports of what sound like service nightmares.
mystery charges, orders never showing up, refunds being impossible.
And if you check sites like Scam Detector, Clenzy's trust score is really low, like 27.7 out of 100. It's even flagged for potential phishing risks. Doesn't exactly inspire confidence.
Right. So putting it all together, what's the final verdict for someone considering this?
Okay, so look, Clenzy might help scratch that psychological itch, the habit of smoking, through mimicry. But the health claims about B12 and healing lungs, they seem pretty deceptive based on the evidence.
And you're inhaling heated chemicals with basically no solid proof of benefit and some known risks.
That's the bottom line. You're breathing in untested heated PG or VG, hoping for a benefit that science doesn't really back up, based on claims about FDA approval that are misleading.
So our advice is pretty straightforward then. If you want to quit smoking,
Talk to your doctor. Seriously. Use methods that are actually proven, that have real research behind them, patches, gum, medication, counseling, things that work.
definitely skip the mystery vapor being sold as a health product.
Mhm.
And this whole situation, it makes you think, doesn't it? When you have these wellness trends, these sort of psychological substitutes that completely bypass the medical system, how do we as consumers tell the difference between something that's just effective psychological mimicry and something with actual verifiable therapeutic value?
That's a really important question to ponder. Where's that line?